everybody, it's Deanna Fitzpatrick, Psychic Medium. One of the questions I get all the time from people is about their children are able to see spirit and they don't know what to do to help them. Some of them are actually afraid of it. Others, it's just disconcerting for the parent to be able to see that their child is upset about something that's going on, or they're seeing something that they can't see, and sometimes it leaves you wondering what to do, or is this okay? Are they good spirits or bad spirits? These are usually some of the questions that I get. First off, one of the things that I can say normally is the case is that the spirits that are there to see children are absolutely good spirits. They are the grandmas, the grandpops, the aunts, uncles, the people that have passed on that may or may not have known your child in the living. It doesn't have to be a situation where they knew of your child. It could be that the grandfather passed away, you had your son, and Grandpop in spirit understands this and wants to be part of that child's life. And early on, in the early years of childhood, many children see or hear or even talk to spirit. And parents contact me all the time and tell me of the different experiences that they're having and watching their children. Some of these would be looking in the corner of the room or looking up in the room and laughing and talking and giggling, and the parents looking like there's nobody here. What in the world are they doing? Other times it has to do with the fact that the child has never known the person who passed into the spirit world and will go get a picture and then call them by name or tell them, this is the man that talks to me. And it turns out to be a grandfather that they never knew. So there are lots of different occurrences that occur for children, and most of the time, I would say 95% of the time, they are harmless, and they are just loving people that are there wanting to acknowledge them, play with them, be a part of their life. And in some cases, they might have even known them in the world of spirit before they came here. So just not to worry so much about that. Now, some people do say that some of their children experience things that scare them. So they may not feel like a fun, loving spirit to them, even though it could be a relative that's coming in. It just startles the child. So some of the things that I suggest is, please, by all means, empower your child. Don't feed into their fear, because fear only just builds and builds and builds. So we want to do whatever we can to help the child understand that they don't have to be afraid, that they are in control of this situation. So a couple of different things that they can do. One is they can just tell them, go away, and mean it, okay? And normally the spirits will pay attention to that. Other times, you can help them learn to protect their room. So I would take a squirt bottle of some distilled water, add to that some lavender essential oil. That's usually the one that smells the best too. Go ahead and put that in there, a few drops of that, and let them squirt that around the room before they go to bed at night. And this might help them feel at ease. And they can just say, "Spirits be gone, spirits be gone," and then just spray that around the room. The other thing that they can do is you can help them to ask for the angels to be with them in the four corners of the room. So some people, like Archangel Michael, is known to be a protector. They can ask for him or other angels, or just say, I want my angels here tonight while I sleep, thank you, and ask them to be present with them in the room and have them say it. So if at any point in the evening, during the night, if they are afraid at all, they can just call in their support, and they'll begin to know that they have that support. Many times both adults and children feel like if they can't really understand what's going on in the spirit world, that they're not in control of it and that they don't have the ability to set boundaries. And this is something I really hope to help other people learn, that you can in fact set boundaries with those in the spirit world. Tell them yes or no to whether or not you want to interact. And children can do the same thing too once they know they have that ability. In most cases, it's really a joyous experience to watch a child have an interaction with a spirit person that just loves them and wants to participate and let them know they're here. And then in most cases, the children will actually stop talking about the spirit world probably around the age 7 or 8. It depends on the child, actually. But many times they just shut it down because up to some point they didn't realize that everybody couldn't see these people and everybody couldn't talk to these people. And then when they realize that they're different, they decide they don't want to talk about it anymore. And in some way they just close it off and close it down. I have many friends that are mediums that had this ability when they were children, and either their parents were afraid of it or they became afraid of it, and they shut it off and shut it down for years, and then years and years later they decided somehow something happened and helped them to reopen and have confidence and know to set boundaries and all the things that they were missing as a child. So I know this was just a brief snippet, but I wanted to give some, I kind of like to come back every once in a while. This is the first one of these types of videos, but people have questions for me all the time, and I can't respond to everybody anymore. So this way I can kind of tell them to go onto my YouTube channel and check out the video and get some insight. But basically, empower the child, keep the fear at bay. Don't let the fear build. Let them know that they are more powerful than the spirit being they are connected with. Help them to understand who these people are, but in some cases, just let them enjoy themselves, especially with those really wonderful connections with the people that you know are their loved ones on the other side. It can be a pretty amazing experience for them and for you if you're not afraid. So thank you all for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon.